Hey boys and girls, I thought today would be a good time to review and practice multiplication since so many of you need to practice this particular skill. So what I'd like to do today is take a look at Lattice, and if you would prefer to use a sheet of paper and do partition rectangle or partial products instead, you may do that. But I'm going to go ahead and do Lattice here in this video for you to practice if you would like to get better at this particular method. So let's take a look at the first problem that I have up here, 46, and then it's going to be times 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 4 and we're going to multiply times 6. 4 times 6. Let me think. What is that? That is 24. So I'm going to place a 2 in that top box and a 4 in the bottom. And then we're going to take that 4 again, and now we're going to multiply times this 4. 4 times 4 is 16. What we're going to do next is we're going to add along the diagonal. So I'm going to start here. 4 plus nothing is 4. And then we're going to move over to the next diagonal. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So our answer for that particular problem is going to be 184. Okay, that is how we do a 2-digit times a 1-digit. Now I'm going to give you a copy of this particular page in Google Classroom today for you to work the rest of the problems that I don't. Okay, and you will have the option to use the lattice method or partition rectangles or partial products. So let's move down and look at a 3-digit, 1, 2, 3-digit times 1-digit. So in this instance, we're going to do exactly the same method, right? We're going to take the 9 times the 6, and 6 times 9 is 54. So this is where some of you are making your mistakes because you weren't multiplying correctly. Then we're going to take a look at the 9 again, and now we're going to multiply times the 4 up here. So 9 times 4 is 36. And then we're going to take the 9 times 3, which happens to be 27. We're going to add along those diagonals once again. So in this diagonal right here, I've got 4. This diagonal right here, I've got 11 because 5 plus 6 is 11. So my 1 is going to go here. I have to regroup. So that 1 is going to go above the 3. And now I'm going to add along that diagonal. So I have a 1 plus 3 plus 7, which equals 11. Again, I'm going to have to regroup. Put that above the 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So my answer there will be 3,114. Now let's take a look at when we have a 2-digit times a 2-digit problem. So this would be 23 times 63. We're going to start here at this number. We're going to pretend that this section is not here right now. Pretend that's not there. We're going to do 6 times 3, just like we did up here at the top. Okay, 6 times 3 is 18. And then we're going to do 6 times 2, which is 12. And now we're going to move down to this bottom number. And we're going to multiply 3 times 3, which is 9. So notice my 9 goes in the bottom because it's a one-digit number. We have to fill in every part of that triangle there, or rectangle. So we're going to put a 0 there. Then we're going to move back to the 3, and we're going to multiply times 2. Again, we're going to get a one-digit number. So my 6 is going to go there. And then we are going to add along the diagonals. So this is where, if you had a piece of paper to place on the edge there to kind of block out those other numbers, that's where that might come in handy. But we're going to add the 9 plus nothing. Then we're going to add the 6, the 0, and the 8, which equals 14. So my 4 is going to go here. The 1 is going to go up here. So 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. And then we have 1 plus nothing, which is 1. So we end up with 1,449 as our final answer for that one. So what I'm going to have you do today is you are going to complete the rest of these problems. Again, you have the option to use whichever method that you'd like. However, this method is a little bit easier once you figure out where to put the numbers because you're multiplying smaller digits.